This is North Myrtle Beach Chiefs basketball on the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs Sports Network, and it starts right now.
Hello and welcome back to Myrtle Beach High School as the number 25 North Myrtle Beach Chiefs get ready to take on the number 8 Myrtle Beach Seahawks here in Myrtle Beach for the boys game. North Myrtle Beach comes in at 17-4. They dropped out of the quadruple A coaches poll this past week, but they are number 10 in the quadruple A Max Preps rankings. And for Myrtle Beach, they come in with a 14-5 record. Number 5 in the quadruple A coaches poll. Number 4 in Max Preps quadruple A rankings. I'm Brandon Biscobing, and joining me as per usual is Tyler Kerp. And Tyler, a big road game here for the Chiefs as they try to get a little bit of revenge on their big rivals, the Seahawks, after a tough loss to them to start off region play back in January.
Well, you said it's a revenge game, but talking to Coach Walker earlier, I kind of got the impression that he's going to take this like this is just any other ordinary game.
I mean, that's what he always says to us,
course.
Though, no matter what the game is. He says that this game is, is just another game for the Chiefs as a boo goes up by the crowd as the Chiefs take the court, and we have a packed house here at capacity here in Myrtle Beach for this rivalry game. And the Chiefs, like I mentioned, as the crowd goes crazy for the Seahawks as they take the court. Like I mentioned, the Chiefs trying to get a bit of revenge as they lost the last one, the last matchup, 68-49 in North Myrtle Beach. And they will look to bounce back from that tonight.
Well, we're going to learn a lot from this Chiefs, a lot about this Chiefs team over the next 30, 40 so minutes. We're going to see, can they overcome not only a 19-point loss against this tough, physical, and tall Seahawk team on your home court, but you have to do it on the road in front of this hostile crowd.
Exactly. To be fair to the Chiefs and to the Chiefs faithful, they've done a very nice job of traveling. It's only about a half-hour drive from North Myrtle Beach to Myrtle Beach, so not that big of a drive. And the Chiefs faithful have certainly made the trip out to Myrtle Beach, as there has been a lot of Chiefs fans behind us all night. The JV boys were able to win earlier, so the varsity team will try to follow in their footsteps here.
Well, what makes this place harder to play at? Myrtle Beach has yet to lose a game on their home floor this season, 6-0 to be exact, and of course, a 65-50 win against number 1 in the region, Marlborough County. Myrtle Beach handed them their first loss in region play on Tuesday.
Yeah, that was a big win, like you mentioned. Their last game, a 65-50 win over the, at the current moment, undefeated Marlborough County, giving them their first loss in region play. So that's going to be a big momentum boost for the Seahawks. So the Chiefs definitely have their work cut out for them, but they seem like they are ready to take on the challenge.
Well,
as we'll.
you want me to go?
No,
All
continue.
right. So in the current Region 6 standings, as we said, Marlboro County is at the top, 7-1 in region play. Myrtle Beach is in second, 6-2. North Myrtle Beach is in third at a 500 record in region play, 4-4. Darlington and Hartsville are tied for fourth place at 3-5 apiece, and Wilson bringing up the ladder at 1-7. So Wilson, they're at home against Marlboro County. You have to think these last two games, they're just playing for pride.
Oh, absolutely. This is a big game for the Chiefs, especially considering they have to go to Marlboro County on Tuesday for their final game of the season. Because if they are able to win this game, I think it would all but solidify their playoff position, because no matter what, Darlington and Hartsville are playing each other. So one of those two teams are going to drop down to 3-6 and basically, in essence, knock themselves out of the running, barring a huge, huge miracle. Well, let's think about this real quick, because not Marlboro County, Darlington and Hartsville.
They're playing each other tonight.
What was North Myrtle Beach's records against both of them?
Well, I believe it was 1-1 against both of them.
So it's going to be very interesting. If North Myrtle Beach were to lose both tonight and on Tuesday, and whoever loses the Darlington-Hartsville game were to win their final game, and then whoever won were to lose the final game, it would be a three-way tie in the records for the last two slots.
Well, the way the tiebreaker works is that it's, I believe, points allowed head-to-head, and then it's points for, and that's part of a 8-step process to break the tie. The eighth, of course, just being a simple coin flip, and I don't want it to get to that.
Yeah, I don't think it would get to that point. So,
well, North Myrtle Beach can avoid those scenarios if they could come out with a win tonight. And it'll be a big confidence booster for Coach Ryan Walker and his troops, as they had a 57-47 win against Darlington on Tuesday. I think I actually said that as the girls' score for their game. Unfortunately, that was incorrect. This one, I know for a fact, is correct. North Myrtle Beach is 6-2 on the road this season. Their losses, of course, were at Darlington and at Hartsville, as we mentioned before. The rivalry details, I don't know if this is really updated because they haven't counted the last two seasons, but according to Max Prep, since 2004, the Chiefs are 10-15 in their matchups against Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, I think that is updated after the game back in January. So we're going to kick it over to our interview with Coach Walker real quick, and then come right back with some more analysis and keys to the game, and get you ready for this big rivalry game, big region game between the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs and the Myrtle Beach Seahawks here on the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs Sports Network. We're here with Coach Walker ahead of the boys' game against Myrtle Beach. And Coach, another big rivalry game, and you guys struggled in the last one. What can the team learn from the last matchup against Myrtle Beach?
I just think you got to be ready to play. And I think one thing we stress with our guys is being confident. I think sometimes they lack a little confidence in their abilities and what they can do. And the coaches and I see it every day. What they can do, they can make shots, they can defend, and they can play with anybody, and they just got to believe it. And Myrtle Beach is a really good basketball team. They're very physical, and we just didn't respond through the first 2.5 quarters of that first game. And then when we did, we got back into it, and we were just gassed by then. And then they kind of broke our back, per se, with the 3 to go up 12.
How do you get your team to play more physical and more competitively in those first half?
I think we show them on film. We constantly talk about it and preach about it, and then we try to build them up. We're 17-4 for a reason. It's not like we backed into it. It's not like we won 17 games. We're a pretty good basketball team. We just got to play like it against our rivals. And you know what? If we go out there and play well and compete and that's all we're kind of looking forward to moving forward.
And you're pretty much, I think if you win this one, you seal your fate in the playoffs. You clinch a spot in the playoffs. Not only with this being a rivalry game, but this being this big of a game with the playoffs coming up, what are you telling your team to keep them focused on the task at hand?
Yeah, that's kind of been our motto all year. Was kind of like, this is the most important game because it's the one that's now. It's always the next one. So it hadn't changed. Our message hadn't changed, but we obviously hadn't shied away from it. It's kind of cool that we're playing a meaningful game in February. Not all teams can say that. Sometimes some it's the regular season, but some seasons are over. We're still playing for things, and I think that's pretty special for these guys to bounce back from the last couple of years they've had, and to put themselves in a position where seeding is a factor, and to do it at an arch rival is awesome.
Myrtle Beach has some pretty decent, or more than decent, some very good shooters from the outside in Aiden Hickman, James Marquez, and of course Amori Knox. What's it going to take to make sure they struggle from behind the three-point line tonight?
I think just staying disciplined and knowing, obviously our matchups, but knowing even in transition where those guys are, what spots on the floor they like to shoot from. And then, just staying in that moment, not letting that moment get too big, which I think is what happened a little bit in the first game. They saw the crowd and, got starstruck a little bit. I don't think that'll be a factor tonight. I think we'll be ready to go. And, just making those guys earn it. They're going to make some shots. They're good basketball players. So, they're number 5 in state for a reason. So they're going to make some shots, and we just got to learn to, continue to play and move on to the next play and make sure we make them earn it again on offense every time.
And you mentioned the whole thing about them being a little starstruck at the beginning. What do you have to tell your team to make sure that they don't have that issue, especially now being away?
I don't think it's an issue. I think, for one time it's over, really. Our crowds have been good all year. I was actually surprised the first game, but, I've shown it to them multiple times throughout the week. We watched it after they beat us pretty good the first time. So I think they know. I think it's kind of, you got it out of the way the first time, and, I don't think it's going to be a factor tonight. I think our guys are ready to go, and they're looking forward to it.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
All right, I appreciate it.
That was Coach Walker ahead of today's game, and a quick update on the girls' side. North Myrtle Beach has officially clinched a home court advantage in the first round of the playoffs as Wilson beat Marlboro County 65-47. So they have no chance of getting up into that second seed anymore. They have clinched.
Well, once Coach Smith and the girls find out about it, they're going to be very excited. They're going to be blessed. They're going to be very thrilled to play one more home game, even if it's only for the first round.
So they will get at least one more home game. So North Myrtle Beach girls certainly happy about that. But now we're on to the boys and their opportunity to clinch a playoff spot. They more than likely will not get, they are actually, excuse me, I believe they are completely out of the running for a home court game unless they were able to beat Myrtle Beach and beat Marlboro County and have Myrtle Beach lose to, I'm not sure who they're playing next.
Who are you saying? Myrtle Beach, who they play next?
Yes, after tonight.
It's at Hartsville on Tuesday.
So, yeah, Myrtle Beach would need to lose both games. North Myrtle Beach would need to win both games. And I think a few things would need to fall in North Myrtle Beach's favor in order for them to get a home court game.
Well, even if you don't get a home court game, this is a Chiefs team that when they're on and they play with 100% aggressiveness, there's no telling where this team could go. Sure, they may be undersized, but they're rough, they're physical, they're gritty. Every time there's a loose ball on the floor, and this is whenever they're playing with 100% intense basketball, they will be the first team down on the court to pick up that loose ball.
Oh, absolutely. This is a very intense Chiefs team. So this is going to be a very fun one, that's for sure. Rivalry games are always fun, and especially with so much playoff implications on the line in this one. this should be a barn burner as the number 25 North Myrtle Beach Chiefs get ready to take on the number 8 Myrtle Beach Seahawks. And we'll run down some keys to the game real quick and get you set for tip-off.
Well, there are a lot of keys to the game and a lot of things you have to do if you want to take down a team like Myrtle Beach on their home court. One of them is limiting their outside shooting. I talked about this with Coach Walker in the interview, as you heard before. They have 3 weapons in James Marquez, Aiden Hickman, and of course, Amori Knox. And Amori Knox, we may have not said this yet, but today he has just been invited to the Carolinas Classic.
Yeah, so a big showcase game for him. Once again, Emory Knox going to Charleston Southern after this season, so going to a D1 school. And his brother, Xavion, is also going to an FCS school.
South Carolina State.
He committed to South Carolina State for football yesterday, or the day before yesterday. So the two Knox brothers going to 2 FCS schools, and one other person on the college side to talk about, not so much for this year, but next year, and not on the basketball court, but he does play basketball. But one J.J. Jones is getting offers from a ton of schools on the gridiron: Penn State, Vatech, NC State, Virginia, Louisville, Duke, Georgia Tech, West Virginia. The list goes on and on and on.
Well, J.J. Jones, he's also a force on the court. He does have length. I saw him throw one down in warm-ups, and actually against Darlington, the 64-49 win against Darlington on January 29th, he led the Seahawks with 20 points, including 12 in the fourth quarter. So you're going to have to contain him as well, because he can get hot.
Exactly. You're going to have to contain a lot of guys on this Myrtle Beach team, as we are just about set to get lineups here and get you ready for action here on the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs Sports Network, as we are just waiting for the beginning of starting lineups here. And here we go.
Number 2, Travis Collins. Number 3, Javi Marlowe. Number 5, Kamani Knox. Number 15, Chad Beasley. And number 32, Cameron Gore-Gars. Chiefs are led by head coach Ryan Walker. Wearing number 0, Darius Huff. And forward, a junior wearing number 3, Wally Burgess. At guard, a senior wearing number 4, Henry Knox. At guard, a senior wearing number 11, James Marcus. And at forward, a senior wearing number 24, Josiah Funderburg. Selected by Greg Martin, assisted by Rick Poston.
So there are your starting lineups for both teams. We'll run them down real quick before tip-off. First for the Seahawks, number 0, Darius Huff. number 3, Qualik Burgess, number 4, Emery Knox, number 11, James Marquez, and number 24, Josiah Funderburg. And for the Chiefs, it will be number 2, Travis Collins, number 3, Javi Marlowe, number 5, Kaimani Knox, number 15, Chad Beasley, and number 32, Cameron Gorgas. So before we start this big one, any final words?
This is going to be a good one. It's going to be a tough 32 minutes throughout all night, and here we go.
As the tip-off is taken by Myrtle Beach, and we are underway. Myrtle Beach going right to left. As Knox with the ball at the point, passes it over to Huff. Back over to Marquez. He tries to get inside to Knox, but an errant pass goes out of bounds, and North Myrtle Beach gets possession.
Well, the Seahawks are going right into a zone. They know that the Chiefs struggle at times. Let's see what Ryan Walker has.
A slight full court zone as they back off and allow Marlowe to cross the timeline. Marlowe at the point. He passes it over to Collins, who stops and pops. 3 buckets!
Well, he started out with 5 points in the game against Arlington. Let's see if he can do the same. A quick 3-0 lead for North Myrtle Beach.
Drive, stop and pop, long 2, no good, rebounded by Marlowe. Collins gets the Chiefs on the board early. Now Beasley drives and tip in, good.
That's Kaimani Knox.
Kaimani Knox with the offensive rebound and the lay-in. Stutter step, floater, good by Darius Huff. And Myrtle Beach gets on the board. Back and forth we go, and this is how the first game started between these two teams. This will be a very up-tempo game with both of these teams wanting to run the floor. Marlowe over to Collins. Collins drives, kick out, over to Gorgas. Now back over to Collins. Collins stops and pops. No good. Rebounded by Collins. But Knox is able to get it. Drive, Huff passes it inside, but it's stolen by Gorgas. Beasley gets it over to Marlowe. Marlowe has a clear lane, but it's rejected
and a foul
by
is called.
Knox.
A foul is called.
Excuse me, that was Huff who got back. He got the rejection, but they will say he got a piece of Javi Marlowe, so Marlowe will go to the line to shoot 2.
And it's going to be crucial for the Chiefs to be very exceptional from the line tonight.
First free throw, good. Chiefs extend the lead out to 4, 6-2 with 6:20 remaining in the first quarter.
Marlowe shoots his second.
And it's good.
Quick 2 of 2 from the line.
And we've talked about it all season. The Chiefs need to be able to make the freebies, and they do there. As now Burgess with the ball, passes it back over to Knox. Knox
They're going to
will
call
be
travel.
called for traveling. Chiefs get a break and get the ball back.
Javi Marlowe kind of did the traveling motion at him as he walked back. I don't know if that's going to start something.
I don't know if he'll start anything bad, but the Chiefs definitely have that swagger to them right now. As they get inside, laying good.
Kaimani Knox, once again, showing he's a force
Quick
under the
outlet
bucket.
pass, now back over to Knox. Knox with the ball, passes it over to Huff. Now back over far side. Back over, now back over to Huff. Huff with the 3 from the near side wing, no good. Offensive rebound, however, by Myrtle Beach. And they'll get it to Knox, and he will reset from the far side wing. He gets a pick, brings it near side. Stutter step, spin move, and passes it from the far side elbow, no good. Rebounded by Kaimani Knox. Marlowe almost lost the ball, but he is able to get it out to Knox. Knox with the far side wing. Passes over to Marlowe. Marlowe thought about taking the wide open 3, but now brings it in, kicks it out to Gorgas. Now kicks it out to Knox, and he loses it, but Beasley is able to recover.
That's Collins
with the lay-in.
And a quick timeout for Myrtle Beach. 11-2, 4:59 remaining here in the first quarter. It's looking good thus far for North Myrtle Beach.
Great start for North Myrtle Beach, and we've been talking about the comparison between this game and the last one, and North Myrtle Beach has done a great job of starting off strong, which they were not able to do in the first meeting.
Well, this is a different Chiefs team we saw from the last time these two bitter rivals played each other. Coach Walker has his team much more prepared to face this team, and much more important, this hostile crowd, which has been silent thus far.
Chiefs absolutely on fire to start off this. As Knox brings the ball up over the timeline, passes it over to Burgess. Burgess back over to Knox. Knox with a long two, no good. Offensive rebound by Huff, he puts it up and in.
Coach Walker wants an over-the-back call.
Collins hands it off to Marlowe. Slight full court press by Myrtle Beach. As Marlowe brings it over the timeline. Passes it over to Collins. Collins with the three, no good. Rebounded by Huff. Huff with the strong rebound. Now Knox with the ball. He'll drive. Tried to put up a shot, but gets it rejected. Knox with the rebound. Now Marlowe pushes up. Long outlet pass to Gorgos. Give and go to Collins. Long two, no good. Offensive rebound by Gorgos. Collins again with a shot from the elbow, no good. And almost got the offensive rebound, but Myrtle Beach able to come down with it. Drive, lay in, no good.
They're gonna call
a charge. Great charge by Beasley, and we're going the other way.
And that's going to be on Burgess, his first of the night. The Chiefs bench just erupted, and the Chiefs players were clapping as hard as they could as they were going back down the court.
Vincent to check in for Collins.
Starting to chant, "You can't do that."
We have a bit of a North Myrtle Beach student section here as Beasley brings it over the timeline. He'll set up a play from the point. Passes it over to Gorgos, far side wing. Passes it over to Knox. Knox at the point, over to Vincent. Vincent thought about the three, now he brings it back out. Crossover, floater, no good. Rebounded by the Seahawks, and Knox will get fouled.
And they're going to get that on Chad Beasley. That's the first Chiefs foul of the night.
First team foul for the Chiefs.
So Myrtle Beach to inbound it. Knox to bring it over the timeline. He brings it far side over to the wing. Now bringing it in further. Now brings it near side. He'll drive. Now thought about it. Passes inside. Laying attempt. No good. Rebounded by Kaimani Knox. Long outlet pass to Beasley. Beasley stops and pops from three. No good. Tip out. Rebounded by the Chiefs.
That's Kaimani.
Knox with the ball. He'll stutter step. Kick out to Vincent, but an errant pass is stolen by Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach almost lost it, however, as Funderburg gets it back out to Knox. Knox at the near side wing, now passes it out to Huff. Huff over, now passes inside, kick out, lay-in attempt, no good. Rebounded by the Chiefs. Long outlet pass to Vincent. Vincent stops and pops from the near side corner, no good. Rebounded by Myrtle Beach. Burgess now pushes it up, almost lost it. Jimmy Huff with the ball, passes over to Knox. Knox stutter step, he drives, tries to put up a floater, no good, but he will draw a foul, and he will go to the line to shoot two. 11-4 with 2:26 remaining in the first quarter. That will be called on his cousin, Kaimani Knox. So Emery Knox to go to the line to shoot two. First free throw up, good.
I want to know what kind of DNA does the Knox family have to have all these athletes?
Some very good DNA, apparently, because they have, not only do they have three athletes, two of the three are going to Division I schools. Second free throw up and good.
Why couldn't I get any of that blood?
Really. As Marlowe with the ball. Over behind the back, now brings it out over the timeline. Thought about getting a pick, but now passes it over to Vincent. Vincent brings it inside, now kicks it out to Gorgos. Gorgos brings it out to the point. Tried to hand it off, but stifling defense inside, good. Tyree Smith with the lay-in.
And that's the first bench points for the Chiefs tonight.
Emery Knox brings it over the timeline, sets up at the near side wing. Gets a pick, stutter step, drive, and he loses the ball. He loses the handle on the
jump ball, and it's
they
going
will
to
call
Chiefs'
a
way.
jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Chiefs.
A nice job by the Chiefs forcing Knox into that jump ball, really trying to alter his shot. We'll take the turnover.
As Vereen checks in, gets it out to Vincent. Vincent crosses over the timeline. He drives, now kicks it out to Smith. Smith back over to Vincent. Vincent over to Vereen. Vereen will drive, floater. Good, and one!
Elijah Vereen may be a sophomore, but he plays with the heart of a college player. He's not afraid to drive inside against bigger competition. He gets the bucket, and he's going to the line for the and one opportunity.
15-6, just over a minute and a half remaining in the first quarter.
And Craig Martin of the Seahawks is saying something to the ref. He's not happy with that
The
call.
end one rims out, and it's rebounded by the Seahawks. Almost lost the handle, did Knox. Knox, stutter step, drive, lay in, good. Knox showing his speed and getting the Seahawks back on the board. 15-8 with just over a minute remaining in the first quarter. Collins bringing the ball up. He goes far side, now brings it near side. Thought about handing it off, now passes it over to Gorgas. Gorgas drives, lay in, good,
yes.
rims in. Now Knox with the ball. Knox bringing it far side wing. Stutter step, gets off of off of Vereen. Huff now passes over to Marquez,
Loses
and
the
he
ball.
loses the ball, and it goes out of bounds off of Marquez. Chiefs ball, 47 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Kaimani Knox is going to check in for Cameron Gorgas. Gorgas and Knox definitely have a tall order against them, going up against this athletic Seahawks team, and they've been doing a great job thus far.
Vincent passes it out. Now over to Vereen. Vereen with the ball. He brings it over to the point. Vereen passes it over far side. Collins with the three, no good. And it will go out of bounds. They will say it went off of a Myrtle Beach player, so it will be Chief ball.
And Coach Walker shouting out instructions on his inbounds play. He's going to say, don't force anything.
Smith to inbound. He gets it all the way out to Knox, almost stolen, but he kicks it out to Vereen. Now over to Vincent. Vincent thought about taking the three. Now passes it inside, now back out. Smith's far side wing, tried to pass it inside to Knox, but it will be an errant pass, and it will be Seahawks ball with 16 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
You have to assume they're probably going to draw something up or call out a play, try and get a last shot, and make this a little closer than it is. A 9-point deficit right now.
Passing it inside, and a whistle is blown. Foul will be called on the Chiefs. As Gorgas checks back in, he will check in for Knox.
And that was Kaimani Knox's second foul.
So tough break for the Chiefs, as Knox already in foul trouble to start off the game as they pass it out. And now Emery Knox with the ball. Stop and pop three. No good. Offensive rebound, scramble for the ball, and they will call a foul on the Chiefs. 3 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
That's going to be on, looks like Tyree Smith.
Yeah, it will be. That'll be his first.
So that's 14 fouls for the Chiefs and 3 for Myrtle Beach.
And we're only in the first quarter, so 3 away from the bonus for the Chiefs as we are about to finish the first quarter. As stop and pop, and they will.
They're going to call it off a travel.
Oh, no. Okay, they will call a traveling violation. So that will end the first quarter with the Chiefs leading 17-8.
Well,
I was worried for a second.
That he hit that.
Well, not just that he hit that, but that they were going to call a foul on Vereen.
Well, the Myrtle Beach student section went absolutely nuts, and then as soon as the ref made the motion for traveling, the North Myrtle Beach fans started
Erupted.
chanting, "You can't do that."
Yeah, so
0.6 seconds remaining.
oh, wow. So they're going to put a few seconds on the board, but that will end it as they inbound it and just let it run out. So that'll end the first quarter with the score 17-8. And both crowds are getting into this one. This is rivalry at its finest, and the Chiefs are playing well in this one.
Well, the North Myrtle Beach fans just started chanting, scoreboard, scoreboard. Well, if I'm the Chiefs fans, and I don't know if it's right to say this, but don't get too comfortable. This Seahawk team is still very tough. They're very physical. Sure, the Chiefs definitely outplayed them in the first quarter, but we play 4 quarters for a reason.
Absolutely. And, I mean, as we saw in the first matchup between these two, as we saw in the first matchup between these two, this Seahawk team can get hot at any moment.
And we were just given these stats by Mr. Wayne White, and the first thing that caught my eye is the shooting. North Myrtle Beach is shooting 7 of 17, 41.2%, and Myrtle Beach is shooting 3 of 11, 27.3%.
Yeah, that's a great job. And not to mention they have yet to hit a three-pointer, Myrtle Beach.
That is very true.
Whereas the Chiefs have already hit one with Travis Collins hitting that 3 from the far side corner. As we get underway in the second quarter, Knox stutter step drive, lay-in attempt no good, but he will draw the foul and go to the line to shoot 2 and try to cut the deficit down to 7.
Oh, wait, they're going to call a turnover.
They'll call an offensive foul on Knox. That's a big momentum boost for the Chiefs.
Well, Myrtle Beach, they're going to go into the zone, or into the press, full court press, I should say.
Only a slight full court press, though.
And Gorgas is wide
passes
open.
it all the way cross court. Gorgas not able to get the rebound, and they will call a foul on Collins.
That was a bunny for Gorgas, and he missed it. He was wide open.
Yeah, that was an easy lay-in for Gorgas, and you got to make those easy ones. As Knox brings it up, passes it out, now kicks it over, now back over to Knox. Stutter step, lay-in attempt, no good. Offensive rebound, tip in, no good. Rebound by Gorgas. Now Marlowe pushes it up. He stops at the far side wing, hands it off to Gorgas, who passes it inside to Tyree Smith. He backs down his man, kicks out to Collins, misses the long 2. Gorgas offensive rebound, no good. Rebounded by Myrtle Beach. Knox pushing it up. He'll drive. He thought about driving, now he'll bring it back out to the near side wing. Passes it inside, but it's stolen by Gorgas. Hand off to Collins. Passes it into Smith for the easy lay-in. 19-8, Chiefs in the lead. Now pass over to Jones. Now over. Handoff. Lay-in attempt. Gets it rejected. TJ Austin tries to get inside, and Tyree Smith says no dice.
Well, Coach Brooks Smith, his mother, has talked quite a bit about his athleticism, how gritty he is underneath, and that proves it right there with that block.
Knox gets the inbound, brings it out to the near side wing. He'll crossover, get past his man, stops and pops, long 2, no good. Rebounded by Collins. Collins thought about pushing up the pace, but now slows it down, hands it off to Marlowe. Marlowe, far side wing, passes it over, far side corner to Beasley, and he gets it stolen on the pass attempt, and the lay-in by Austin on the transition bucket cuts the deficit down to 9. Smith gets double teamed. He's able to get it out to Collins. Collins stops and pops, long 2, drains it.
Good look with a hand in his face for Travis Collins. Give him 7 on the night.
And we go back and forth as now Emery Knox decides to slow the pace down a little bit. He sets up a play at the point. Passes it over near side corner to Marquez. Marquez back over, far side wing to Knox. Back over to Austin. Austin stutter step, thought about driving, now kicks it back out. Driving, now kicks it out to Marquez. Marquez hands it off to Knox. Knox tries to drive, but he draws the foul. He shot it after the foul and made it, but that will not count. Foul will be called on Beasley. That's his second. And North Myrtle Beach is sixth, so the next foul by North Myrtle Beach will put the Seahawks in the bonus.
And Jordan Duchette's going to check in for the first time tonight as Tyree Smith takes a seat. He's looked very impressive thus far, providing some quality minutes off the bench.
As J.J. Jones to inbound from the baseline. Passes it out, now passes it inside to Jones. Jones tried to put it up, but now kicks it out to Austin. Austin near side wing. Tried to pass it inside again.
They're going to call a foul on the Chiefs.
And they will call a foul on Gorgas.
Now that's 7. They're in the bonus now. It's going to be
J.J. Jones, the big football star, who's also on the basketball team. He will go to the line to shoot 1 and 1.
And Rogan Vincent checks in for Chad Beasley.
J.J. Jones, not a bad basketball player either, as the first free throw is up and good. He averages 7.3 points per game and 5.1 rebounds per game.
Well, I don't think any basketball coach is going to lure him away from football.
No, that is for sure, especially with the offers he's getting. As the second one up and good. They'll cut the lead down to 9 with just over 5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Vincent brings it up. Nice crossover. He'll try to drive, try to pass it inside. Now over to Beasley. Now passes it back out to Vincent. Vincent thought about taking the shot. Now kicks it out. Now bringing it back out. Now kicks it out to Marlowe. Marlowe at the point, passes it over to Vincent. Vincent brings it far side, and they're going to call a double dribble.
4:41 remaining here in the first half. Chiefs still with a 9-point lead, 21-12.
As Gunn brings the ball up, he passes it over. Now back over to Marquez. Marquez over far side wing. Over to Gunn, who takes a 3, airballs it, and it's taken by Collins. Collins pushes up. Kick out to Vincent from the near side corner, no good on the 3 ball. It bounces around. Offensive rebound by Gorgas. And they will call a foul on the Chiefs. Or excuse me, they will call a jump ball. Possession error will favor the Chiefs.
So Javi Marlowe checks out. Malik Livingston is now in, playing some point guard.
Inbound from the baseline, passes it out. Now out to Vincent. Now over to Livingston, near side wing. He'll kick it out over to Collins. Collins backing down his man, crossover. Now another crossover, trying to get past his man. Trying to get it inside. Now he kicks it out to Henley. Henley kicks it out to Vincent. Vincent thought about taking the 3. He'll drive, kick out. 3! No good by Collins. But an offensive rebound and put back by Henley. And that puts the Chiefs up to 23.
And it's still.
As it's stolen. Now pushing it up. Vincent. No good on the lay-in attempt. Henley passes it inside. Gorgas puts it up. Good. Quick possession. Lay-in attempt. Good and 1. That lay-in was by Gunn. 25-14 with just under 3.5 remaining.
Tyree Smith is going to check in. And it's going to be for Cameron Gorgas, who is on the bench with 2 fouls. Gunn will shoot the 1 and 1. 3:21 remaining here in the first half, 25-14.
First free throw, all right, the end one is good. Now Livingston with the ball. Livingston decides to slow the pace down a little bit. He'll bring it far side. Now near side. Passes it out to Collins. Collins with the long 2, no good. Rebounded by Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach pushing up the tempo. Stolen though. Smith gets it out to Collins as he falls down. Now passes it back out to Smith. Smith resets at the point. Passes it out to Livingston. Now over to Collins. Collins with another three, no good. Offensive rebound by Smith. Putback attempt, no good. Another putback attempt, finally puts it in.
That's Cam Henley. Or Smith.
Yeah, Smith was the one who got the final touch on that one. And it's 27-15. Marquez with the ball near side wing. He crosses over. Stutter step. Thought about shooting it, now kicks it out. Now kick out. Now passes it over. Now back over to Marquez. Marquez with the three, no good. Rebounded by Vincent. Vincent loses it though, and a whistle will be blown. They'll say it was a kick ball, and the Chiefs retain possession. Or no, excuse me, they will call a foul.
That's on Josh Gunn. And that's 5 fouls for Myrtle Beach.
2:20 remaining in the first half. 27-15. Chiefs up by 12. Slight full court press for Myrtle Beach. Vincent pushes it, gets it over the timeline, gets it over to Marlowe near side wing. Marlowe drive, brings it back out, passes it far side corner, three buckets! Rogan Vincent with the three.
That's his specialty, to corner three.
And he made another one as Knox brings it back out. He thought about driving, now brings it near side wing. Trying to pass it off of the dribble. And he hands it off. They're going to call a foul.
And we're going the other way.
1:47 remaining in the half. 30-15. Chiefs have doubled the Seahawks score. Marlowe to inbound. Livingston with the ball. Now he'll bring it up over the timeline. Some pressure defense by Myrtle Beach. He'll get up, almost lost it, but is able to recover. Kicks out to Henley. Henley with the long two, no
and he
good.
Got fouled.
Oh wow, he got fouled. We'll see if they called it a 2 or a 3. I'm not sure.
And the Chiefs student section once again chanting, "You can't do that."
And they're going to say that that was a 3 ball, so he will go to the line to shoot 3. The first one up, good.
And it's crucial for Henley to make all 3 of these. You need all these points, and you need to take advantage of the freebies at the charity stripe.
Second free throw up, no good off front iron as Elijah Vereen checks in for the Chiefs. Xavier Martin checks in for the Seahawks.
And Rogan Vincent checks out for the Chiefs in place of Elijah Vereen.
Third free throw, no good. Only makes 1 of 3 from the line. Now the Seahawks trying to get back on the board. Almost stolen, but taken back. Drive, lane attempt off the top of the backboard.
And it's out of bounds.
And it will go out of bounds. North Myrtle Beach ball, 1:20 remaining in the half. 31-15 Chiefs lead.
And Myrtle Beach going back into that press. So Marlowe will trigger.
Marlowe to inbound from the baseline, gets it to Vereen. Vereen brings it over the timeline. He's crossover, passes over to Marlowe, far side wing. He'll drive baseline, now kicks it out to Henley. Henley will drive, and he will draw a foul.
And I think
no, they'll
that's
call,
going to be a charge.
Yeah, they're going to call a charge. So it will be Myrtle Beach ball with just over a minute remaining in the half.
And Emery Knox has been pretty silent thus far, only 4 points and 2 of those from the foul line.
Knox trying to get something going, puts up a floater, no good, but he will draw a foul and go to the line to shoot 2.
And that's on Javi Marlowe. So that puts the Seahawks into the double bonus for the last 53.9 seconds remaining.
First free throw by Knox is good.
And Rogan Vincent's going to check in for Malik Livingston.
Second free throw for Knox is up and good.
He hasn't hit rim on either of his 4 attempts yet.
No. As Smith brings the ball up, slight full court press, but he will get through it. Passes it over to Marlowe. Marlowe bringing it far side. He'll kick it out to Henley. Henley over to Vincent, near side wing. Now brings it far side. Passes over to Henley, who takes a 3, no good. Rebounded by Myrtle Beach. Now Knox trying to push up the tempo. He'll drive, put the layup, no good, but he will draw a foul and go to the line to shoot 2.
And that's going to be on Elijah Vereen, his first.
I mean, Vereen's just getting outmatched by Knox, so
Well,
it's kind of hard not to foul on those types of situations.
Well, it's very interesting. Coach Walker giving Elijah Vereen the assignment of guarding the Charleston Southern commit.
As the first free throw is up and good.
I mean, that's showing a lot of faith
Yeah.
in the youngest player on your roster.
Absolutely.
And Amori Knox's points, 6 of them have come from the foul line.
Second
now
free
6
throw
of them
good.
has come. So 8 total points now for Amori Knox.
12-point lead for the Chiefs. Just under a half a minute left to go in the half. Marlowe brings it up, and a timeout will be called by Coach Walker.
Well, Coach Walker suspected a few things are getting sloppy underneath. They're not really running their offense the way he wants it. So he's going to call his timeout, probably going to smooth some of those edges out on some of those plays and draw something up to work out a last shot here and go to the half with a bigger lead.
Yeah, I mean, after that beginning run by the Chiefs, that opening 11-2 run by the Chiefs to start off the game, this has pretty much been a 50-50 ball game.
Well, we'll be getting the stats soon from Mr. Wayne White, and we'll check and see the numbers.
Largest lead for the Chiefs so far has been a 9-point lead. And that was right at the beginning of the game.
Well, now it's 12.
Well,
is the
now,
largest lead.
yes, it was. That was at the end of the first quarter. So
Okay.
the Chiefs have been able to extend that lead up a little bit. As Marlowe drives, lay in, no good, but a tip back is put back in and good.
Tyree Smith with 8 points. He's having a very underrated night.
And 2 putbacks as Knox drives, puts it up and good. Will they count it though? Yes, they will. So that'll end the first half. Well, I don't know. They may be playing. Oh, no, they're going to call a foul as well. So the basket count and 1 for Emory Knox. And now the refs are discussing.
Well, you could have probably assumed Emory Knox was going to take that last shot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's the guy who wants the ball in his hands. So they're not going to call a foul, and the Chiefs are going to go to the locker room with a 12-point lead.
So no foul. The basket does count. But the Chiefs will go to the locker room at the end of the first half with a 12-point lead, 33-21. Chiefs in the lead after 2. So we'll take a quick break and come right back with some first half stats and analysis and get you ready for the second half here on the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs Sports Network. Welcome back as we are at halftime here in Myrtle Beach as the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs lead the Myrtle Beach Seahawks 33-21. And we've got our first half stats, so Tyler, take it away.
Well, for North Myrtle Beach thus far, they have a 12-point lead at half. If you would have told me they would have a 12-point lead on the road tonight, I would have said, I don't know if you'd be correct on that.
Yeah,
I
really.
would have told you that.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
So North Myrtle, whoa, you might want to turn it down a little
Yeah.
bit. North Myrtle Beach as a team is shooting 14 of 35 from the field. That's an even 40%, including 2 of 10 from 3 and 3 of 6 from the foul line. They have 21 total rebounds, and the leading scorer on 4 of 12 shooting is Travis Collins. And of course, the big guy off the bench tonight has definitely been Tyrese Smith. He's 4-4 shooting, giving him a total of 8 points, and he has 2 offensive boards, which are his only 2 tonight. And of course, he had a major block.
Well, those 2 offensive rebounds were basically putbacks. He just tipped it right back into the basket for half of his points.
Well, Coach Walker can't get mad at him for showing a lot of hustle and a lot of fight tonight.
No, absolutely not.
For Myrtle Beach, they're shooting 6 of 20 from the field. That's 30%. 0 of 4 from 3. And the one that sticks out to me, a perfect 9 of 9 from the charity stripe, including Emery Knox, who's 6 of 6. And on his 6 attempts, he hasn't even touched the rim yet.
Yeah, I mean, he really started to try to take this game over at the end of the second quarter, with him really focusing on driving to the lane and drawing fouls and getting himself to the free throw line. And that's where the majority of his points have come from. He's only scored 4 points from the field.
And he has 10 total, so he's already in the double digits. But you got to give him credit. He's hitting the foul shots, and that's a skill that every coach is going to love, no matter at what level you're going to be at.
But to be fair to the Chiefs, you got to be impressed with the fact that they've held him to only 4 points from the field.
Oh, that's very, very impressive. And you got to give a lot of credit to Elijah Vereen. You said that he's been getting a little overmatched. I think he's been doing a pretty solid job. And that shows Coach Walker has a lot of faith in him, giving him the assignment against a guy like Emery Knox.
The largest lead of the game so far has been a 16-point lead for the Chiefs. So they've been playing very well thus far. They have a 12-point lead currently, would certainly like to get that back up to 16, if not further.
And the one thing that sticks out to me also, these teams, you could make the argument that they're pretty evenly sized height-wise, but Myrtle Beach is definitely more athletic and more skilled. But the rebound numbers are definitely showing the opposite. North Myrtle Beach is out-rebounding Myrtle Beach 21-15, and including on the offensive board, North Myrtle Beach has 12 offensive rebounds as compared to Myrtle Beach's 4.
That's a very big stat line, but I think the other stat line that I'm looking at right now, we talked about it when it came to the girls team, but it's just as equally important for the boys. The Chiefs have had 8 players score on their team, whereas the Seahawks have only had 5.
Well, that's the formula at North Myrtle Beach. Whether you're Coach Smith or Coach Walker, you do not really want to rely on one player to give you all your points. You want to spread it around, spread the wealth, and they're doing a great job as they have a 12-point lead to show for it. But the one thing that also sticks out is the turnover numbers. Myrtle Beach has 12 turnovers compared to North Myrtle Beach's 5, which matches Emery Knox's 5.
And that's a big difference from the first game between these two, because that full court press by the Seahawks was stifling the Chiefs and was forcing a lot of turnovers on the Chiefs' end.
Well, as I said in the pregame, this is a different Chiefs team. They're hungry, they're aggressive, and they're not going down without a fight tonight. No matter how this game goes, it's going to be a great 16 minutes coming up.
So once again, the Chiefs lead the Seahawks by 12, 20, 33-21. We'll go around the region real quick. Marlboro County 17-6, 7-1 in region play. Their next game tonight is at Wilson. Myrtle Beach 6-2 in region, 14-5 overall. North Myrtle Beach 17-4 overall, 4-4 in region play. Darlington 15-9, 3-5 in region play. Their next game against Hartsville tonight. Hartsville 8-13, 3-5 in region play. Their last game was a 39-33 win over Wilson, and Wilson is at 7-16, 1-7 in region play. So the big teams that the Chiefs are certainly watching are Darlington and Hartsville.
Well, those two are playing tonight, so, well, obviously one of them is going to go down. But the thing is, which one do you think is more important to go down tonight, Brandon?
I think you have to say the more important one is Darlington.
I was
because
thinking the same thing.
They've been starting to get hot.
Well, the Chiefs were able to break that streak with that win at North Myrtle Beach on Tuesday, and if I'm correct, yeah, that was a one-game winning streak. So they're going to look to make it 2, and they're going to look to finish the season off on a high note. But of course, they have to take care of business here tonight first.
Absolutely, the Chiefs really need this win to pretty much solidify their playoff spot.
And if you're Craig Martin in the Myrtle Beach locker room, you gotta be telling your players, you gotta play more intense. They're destroying you underneath. You gotta be sure to do the basic things, boxing out, double teaming even. And if Myrtle Beach can get guys like Marquez, Knox, and who's the other one? J.J. Jones involved, they're going to be tough to stop in the second half.
And Huff as well.
And Huff, that is true. Sure enough, I believe they have a total of, I was looking at the rebounds.
Huff is the second leading scorer on the team right now with 4.
Yeah, that's true. He has 4. So the scoring is 10 for Knox, 4 for Huff, 3 for Austin, and 2 for Terry Williams and J.J. Jones.
And they just mentioned over the PA how Emery Knox is going to the Carolina Classic.
He's actually the second Myrtle Beach player to go since, well, Ramon Sessions, former NBA guard who had a stellar career at his alma mater here at Myrtle Beach and at the University of Nevada as well.
As we get the second half started, Knox with the ball, hands it off to Beasley. Beasley kicks it out, now passes it inside. Collins gets a bit of a double team, now tries to kick it out, but holds on to it, now passes it inside, kicks it out to Gargos, almost lost it, but he's able to recover it. Hands it off to Collins, now back over to Marlowe at the point, he'll reset. Now over to Knox. Knox almost gets it stolen. He'll drive, put up the shot, no good, but he'll draw the foul, and he will go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, Kaimani Knox has not gotten to the line tonight, but he does have 4 points to his name thus far, and 5 rebounds as well.
His first free throw, no good. Second free throw, also no good, so he goes 0 of 2. Long outlet pass, 3, no good. Rebounded by Collins. Collins with a long outlet pass. Now Beasley will drive, stutter step, play in, no good. But he will draw a foul, and he will go to the line to shoot 2. And he went right after Emery Knox, and he drew the foul off of Knox, so a little bit of swagger for Beasley trying to go up against the more athletic Knox.
Well, Chad Beasley is
As the first free throw is up and good.
What's the word I'm thinking? He's lethal on the court
Oh, yes.
with his attitude. He's not scared of anybody.
Second free throw, off front iron, no good. Tip up and rebounded by Knox. Knox no good on the lay-in attempt, and a foul will be called on Kaimani Knox.
Back to Chad Beasley. He's a very kind, respectful kid in the hallways at school, but once he's on the court, he's out for blood.
Absolutely. As Emery Knox brings it up, he'll bring it far side wing, passes it over to Funderburg, passes it inside, backing down his man, lay-in attempt, no good. Rebounded by the Chiefs, and Gorgas was almost pulled down, and he draws the foul.
So Kaimani Knox is going to take a seat with 3 fouls, and Tyree Smith is now back in.
A full court press by the Seahawks. Smith with the ball, and now the Seahawks will back off. Marlowe will cross over the timeline. He'll bring it near side, passes it over to Gorgas at the far side wing. Now over to Smith at the point, now back over to Marlowe. Marlowe thought about driving, now brings it back out, passes it over to Collins. Collins brings it far side. Now he'll reset. Collins drives far side, thought about taking a shot, now passes inside. Gorgas takes a shot from the free throw line, rims out, rebounded by Huff. Outlet pass, now kick out over to Knox. Knox brings it near side, now passes over to Huff, now brings it over far side. Funderburg gets it rejected.
That's Travis Collins, the block from behind.
Smith now with the ball. Now an outlet pass over to Beasley. Beasley far side, near side wing. Brings it over far side, over to the point. Almost lost his balance. Now gets it over to Collins. The 3, no good. Rebounded by Myrtle Beach. Now Myrtle Beach pushing it up. Floater, no good. Offensive rebound and a tie-up is called. And possession arrow will favor Myrtle Beach, as Gorgas went up strong to try to rip that rebound away. As the Seahawks to inbound from the baseline.
It's going to be Marquez to trigger.
Passes it inside, backing down and putting up a lay-in attempt with Knox, but no dice. Rebounded by Gorgas. Marlowe with the ball. He crossover, drives far side, now brings it back out. Passes inside to a wide open Gorgas, and he gets the easy lay-in. 36-21, just over 5 minutes remaining. Knox brings it up. He brings it to the far side wing. Passes it over to Huff. Huff will drive. Tried to go for the dunk, but then decides to lay it in, and he gets it and one. It looked like for a second he was about to go in hard with a hard slam dunk, but decided to go with the finger roll lay-in and drew the foul.
Well, now North Myrtle Beach's bigs are going to have to be careful. Kaimani Knox and Cameron Gorgas now have 3 fouls apiece.
The end one is good by Huff.
And that gives Huff 7 points on the night.
Passes out to Smith. Slight full court press by Myrtle Beach, but now they'll back off as Beasley brings it over the timeline. Now brings it near side, passes over to Marlowe. Marlowe thought about taking the 3, but now hands it back off over to Beasley. Beasley near side corner, passes it inside, and it's stolen. Huff with the drive, lay-in attempt, or he tried to get a pass, and they're going to call a charge. Huff with the foul.
And that's 3 fouls on Darius Huff.
So now some Myrtle Beach players getting into foul trouble as North Myrtle Beach will inbound. Another full court press by Myrtle Beach. They get it into Marlowe. Full court press is backed off as Collins brings it over the timeline. He'll stop and reset at the near side wing. Passes it over to Marlowe, far side wing. Marlowe brings it back out to the timeline and resets. Now passes it over. Now over to Gorgas at the point, passes it over to Collins. Collins starts that step back 3, no good. A long rebound goes to Jones. Driving and kicking out. Driving is Huff, and he will draw a foul. Basket will not count as he tried to put up a shot.
And that's the second foul on Elijah Vereen. So 3 team fouls apiece for the Chiefs and the Seahawks. 4:13 remaining here in the third quarter.
It was not a shooting foul as a post-up 2 by Huff from the near side elbow goes in. Long pass inside, kick out to Gorgas, long 2, no good. Rebounded by North Myrtle Beach. They're able to get it. Collins is able to get it. Gorgas drive, laying, no good. Another offensive rebound. Smith goes to the floor, gets it out to Marlowe. Marlowe kick out to Vereen. Vereen will drive, floater, no good, but he'll draw the foul and go to the line to shoot 2. 36-26 with 3:41 remaining in the third quarter.
So Elijah Vereen, 0 of 1 from the line thus far. He has 2 points to his name. He definitely needs to sink these 2 here.
First free throw up, good.
Chad Beasley and Cam Henley are going to check in for Travis Collins and Cameron Gorgas, who has 3 fouls.
And J.J. Jones will check in for Myrtle Beach.
37-26, 3:41 remaining here in the third quarter.
Second free throw, no good off back iron. Long rebound goes right back to Vereen. Vereen kicks it out to Henley. Henley brings it back out. Now tried to get it to Vereen. Vereen with a floater, no good. Rebounded by Jones. And a scramble for the ball. And they will call a foul on Henley.
His second, 14th foul.
So J.J. Jones to inbound.
And they're going to let Knox just bring it across the timeline. And they're going to set up something.
Setting up a half-court defense. Knox with the ball, passes it inside to Huff. Huff will drive all the way to the basket. No good on the lay-in attempt, however. Henley with the rebound. Beasley now drives, but he gets it stripped. And it will go out of bounds. They will say it went off a Myrtle Beach player, so North Myrtle Beach will retain possession.
Well, who blocked Darius Huff from behind on the other end? Who else but Tyree Smith?
Great defense by Marquez, coming all the way down the court as they get it out to Smith and being able to stop the transition attempt. Marlowe gets past his man, tries to get it inside, but it's stolen. Now driving, almost lost possession, did Knox. Knox regains possession, and a whistle will be blown. They will call a foul on the Chiefs.
Or it might be a kicked ball.
Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, you're right.
So J.J. Jones will inbound across from us in the front court.
Knox will bring it near side, now brings it far side, and a whistle will be blown once again. And they will call a foul on Vereen this time.
I'm surprised. I thought Emery Knox pushed
off. Yeah, it looked like he did, but
because Vereen kind of staggered back a little bit.
As Knox gets the ball, now over to Marquez, passes it inside. Huff puts up a shot. Good, and one.
Well, Huff has been a force on the boards thus far tonight. And that's Cam Henley's 3rd foul.
So North Myrtle Beach in some foul trouble here in the third quarter, with still 2:48 remaining in the third and another quarter left to go.
And I believe there was a warning on the North Myrtle Beach bench.
Yeah, and that's not good for the Chiefs. I mean, you remember in the first matchup, the Chiefs looked like they were starting to come back, and then a technical foul on the Chiefs was basically the turning point that solidified the Seahawks win. As Huff with the end one, good.
He now has 12 points, which leads Myrtle Beach.
The lead is cut down to 8 as a long outlet pass to Henley. Henley brings it back out, hands it off to Marlowe. Marlowe near side wing, brings it back out. He'll pass it over and it's stolen as Coach Walker gets hit a little bit by Knox trying to save that ball. And Knox was not able to save it, so it will remain Chief ball.
And he's going to inbound in front of the Chiefs bench.
Beasley to inbound it. Beasley passes out to Henley, and Henley almost lost it, but he's able to recover and get it over to Marlowe. Over to Beasley near side wing. Beasley stutter step drive, Kick out to lay in, good by Henley. Now Knox with the ball. He'll bring in far side wing. Passes over to Huff. Now over to Williams. Williams back over to Knox. Knox will drive. Lay-in attempt. No good. Tip out and rebounded by the Chiefs. Smith with the ball. He hands it off to Vereen. Vereen with a nice stutter step. He'll drive baseline. Kick out. Henley with the long two. No good. Rebounded by Jones. Now Marquez with the ball near side wing. He'll bring it out and reset at the point. He'll bring it far side, almost lost it, and a timeout will be called by Myrtle Beach. With a minute 35 left to go in the third quarter, and the Chiefs having a 10-point lead, 39-29.
And the fans behind us are applauding the Chiefs by their excellent effort throughout, keeping this a double-digit lead throughout most of the night. But with a minute 35 remaining, Myrtle Beach has been chipping a little bit into this lead, and one could argue that momentum is maybe starting to shift. Maybe the Chiefs aren't dominating as much as they were in the first quarter, but Craig Martin, he may have something up his sleeve.
Yeah,
you never know with a team like Myrtle Beach.
This game really has been a game of momentum because the Chiefs got off to such a dominant start that they really took the reins of this game with that 11-2 run. But then Myrtle Beach has been slowly chipping away at this lead in spite of the fact that North Myrtle Beach was able to get an even bigger gap on the Seahawks earlier. As Marquez drives, puts up a floater, no good, and they will call a foul. So Marquez will go to the line to shoot two. They will call a foul on Beasley.
And that's the fifth player for the Chiefs with 3 fouls.
Yeah,
so Beasley's going to check out for Rogan Vincent.
As the first free throw by Marquez is good. As Vincent checks in.
And I believe that's Marquez's first point of the night.
As the second free throw, no good, rebounded by Henley. Now Vereen tries to push it up. Vincent with the three, he gets his shot rejected. And it will go out of bounds. It will remain Chief ball. And
they're going to call foul.
You are correct on the Marquez thing, by the way.
They're going to call a technical on J.J. Jones.
Wow.
And the Chief fans behind us are standing and cheering.
I'm guessing for taunting after he got the block.
So it's going to be Rogan Vincent at the line shooting the technical.
First one, no good.
Trying to make this a 10-point lead. 1:21 remaining here in the third.
As the Seahawks faithful get loud, and he misses the second one as well off the front iron.
Well, this place is about ready to erupt.
And this is what rivalry games are all about as the Chiefs get the inbound, Marlowe to inbound.
And I just saw Kaimani Knox. Yeah, he was pushing off of Darius Huff. He did it a few times and the ref caught him. That's a foul. That's his fourth.
That's a big blow for the Chiefs.
So Gorgas is going to come back in. Knox will sit down with 4 fouls.
And that's the Chiefs' 8th team foul already. The Seahawks are going to be in the bonus for the remainder of the game. And a foul will be called on Darius Huff, apparently. As the inbound comes into Vereen. Vereen puts up a floater, no good. Offensive rebound by Henley, and he puts it up and in. 41-30 with just over a minute left to go in the third quarter as Knox brings the ball up. Passes it over to Huff. Huff back over to Knox. Long two, good. Excuse me, that was Huff.
That was a nice fade from the foul line for Huff. You got to give him credit for that one. That gives him 14 on the night.
As a foul will be called on Marquez, I believe. And the Chiefs faithful continue the chant of "You can't do that." And then I'm surprised that it is sending the Chiefs to the free throw line, as that was the Seahawks' 7th.
The question is, who's going to shoot? Probably going to be Vereen.
Looks like it will be Vereen.
Trying to get this lead back up to double digits with 48.3 seconds remaining here in the third quarter.
Vereen with the 1-and-1. First free throw up, good.
That makes him 2 of 4. And Travis Collins in front of me gave him a big round of applause.
This free throw to extend the lead back up to that free throw right there extended the lead back up to double digits.
He's going to try and make it 11 if he can make this one.
That one is not good. Almost rebounded by Henley, but Knox to drive coast to coast, lay in. No good, but he'll draw the foul. And he will go to the line to shoot 2.
And I believe that's going to be on, Javi Marlowe. That's his second. So the guy you don't want at the foul line, Emery Knox, a perfect 6 of 6 tonight from the charity stripe.
And the first one is also good. Nothing but net. NBN once again for him.
And Travis Collins is going to check in here.
As the second free throw also good, cutting the lead down to 8.
Makes it a perfect 8 of 8 for Emery Knox from the foul line.
Passing inside to Goss. Goss with the long 2, no good. Henley with the offensive rebound and put back good.
And the Chiefs bench just erupted.
Less than half a minute to go. Knox almost loses it. Some pressure defense by Vereen. By Collins. Now Knox bringing it. Crossover, he'll drive and kick out 3, no good. Offensive rebound, however, by Marquez, and a foul will be called on the Chiefs. That will be called on Vincent.
Goss, that's his 4th. Wow, so
that's a huge blow for the Chiefs.
So Knox and Goss,
as both of their big men have 4 fouls. As Jones goes to the line, his first free throw good. And now the Seahawks are in the double bonus for the remainder of the game.
So if J.J. Jones makes this, expect Coach Walker to call timeout and draw something up for the last shot.
Second free throw, no good. Offensive rebound, however, by Burgess, and he will bring it out and hand it off to Knox. Knox will set up for a final heave. The 3, no good. Tip in, no good. And that will end the third quarter with the Chiefs leading by 9, 44-35. Chiefs in the lead. And I don't know, that foul may end up getting changed, because if you heard, Coach Walker was screaming at the ref saying that was 23, not 32. I thought it was Vincent.
23-2, yeah.
So I think it might end up being Vincent, but we'll see what happens.
32 is Goss. Yeah. Was it 23 or 30? They called it on 32. 32.
So they did officially call it on Goss. So that's a huge blow for the Chiefs, as both of their big men are 1 foul away from fouling out with still 8 minutes remaining. And that really hurts your inside defense.
Well, looking at the stats, the third quarter was the first time the Seahawks outscored the Chiefs 14-11 to be exact.
Yeah, so that's not a good sign for the Chiefs, as another half like that could get the Seahawks to within striking distance at the end of this one.
Well, 8 minutes to go. Ladies and gentlemen, listening to this, it's time to buckle up. Here we go. We're about ready to get going here for the fourth quarter.
Absolutely. This is going to be another barn burner. Collins inbound. He gets it over to Marlowe, going right to left. He drives, now kicks it out to Henley. Henley almost got pushed off by Jones. Crossover. Stop and pop 3. No good. Rebounded by Myrtle Beach. Long outlet pass is almost stolen, but Jones is able to get it. Gets the bucket and 1.
And that put a life into the Myrtle Beach crowd. Tyree Smith is going to check in now for Cam Henley. And
44-37, Chiefs in the lead. This can cut the deficit down to 6. No good off front iron, rebounded by Collins. With both Knox and Gorgas is actually still out there. Marlowe with the ball. He spin moves, almost lost the handle, but he is able to recover. Collins with the stutter step. Fadeaway, 3, no good. And that ball will go out of bounds off of a Myrtle Beach player. Off of a North Myrtle Beach player. So it will be Myrtle Beach ball.
And Chad Beasley's going to come back into the game for Rogan Vincent.
Knox with the ball. Brings it over the timeline, brings it far side. Now brings it back. Now Jones with the ball. He stutter step, kicks it out. Driving down baseline, up and under, good.
That's Jeremy Jones with his first bucket of the night. Now it's a 5-point game.
And a timeout will be called by Coach Walker.
Well, we could surely hope that the momentum does not shift here, because this is probably the worst time you want it to happen, with 1 minute and 3 seconds elapsed off the clock here in the fourth quarter.
Chiefs really need to get something going, as it's just under 7 minutes remaining, and it's only a 5-point lead for the Chiefs at this point.
Well, it's going to be interesting. Whenever the Chiefs inbound, you definitely know that Craig Martin is going to tell his team, press and press hard. That is a given.
The Chiefs really need to get something going, but the problem that they have right now is with both Gorgas and Knox being in big foul trouble.
And that affects,
you really don't have an inside defense presence.
And that affects their style of play, because these two, Knox and Gorgas, are very big, physical, and they like to use their body, and that limits them with 4 fouls apiece. And you cannot afford to lose one of them at this stage of the game. And they're going to go with Gorgas out on the floor, along with Collins, Marlowe, Beasley, and Smith.
I think Coach Walker is thinking that Gorgas is less likely to foul than Kaimani Knox, as Marlowe brings the ball up. Now passes it over, near side wing over to Beasley. Beasley brings it far side, now passes it over to Collins. Collins over to Gorgas. Gorgas trying to get it inside, now brings it back out. Hands it off to Marlowe. Marlowe brings it far side, gets double teamed a bit. He'll drive, tries to kick it out, but it's stolen. Long outlet pass, driving. Oh, thought about putting it up, but now does. And a whistle will be blown. Foul will be called on the Chiefs.
Or they just called out a turnover.
Yeah, no, it will be Chiefs ball, so it'll say it went out of bounds. Chiefs ball. Beasley with the ball. Passes it over to Smith. Smith over to Gorgas, far side wing. Back over to Henley. Henley passes it inside. Smith trying to get it out, and it's almost stolen, and it is.
Oh, no, he stepped on the...
wow, they're going to say that Knox stepped on the sideline, so will remain Chief ball.
It's going to be Javi Marlowe who's going to inbound in front of the Chiefs bench. 6:05 remaining in this one. Still a 5-point lead for the Chiefs, 44-39.
Marlowe passes it into Collins. Collins brings it far side. Now bringing it near side, driving far side. Thought about kicking out, now does. Henley with the 3, no good. Rebounded by Jones. Knox almost lost it, but now still trying to push forward. He does now. Stolen by the Chiefs. Marlowe, long outlet pass. Beasley thought about putting up the lane, now kicks it out. Smith with the ball, passes over to Collins. Collins now resets.
They're going to slow it down. They're going to try and call out a play, maybe waste some clock too.
Yeah, especially with no shot clock in high school basketball, you can slow the tempo down as much as you want. Tries to get it out, some pressure defense by the Seahawks trying to force the action. Marlowe with the ball near side wing, passes over to Beasley. Beasley crossover, almost lost it, kicks it over to Gorgas. Gorgas gets double teamed, kicks it over to Marlowe. Marlowe with the three, no good. Long rebound is rebounded by Jones. Now Knox pushing the tempo, lay-in attempt, no good, but they will call a foul, and Knox will go to the line to shoot 2.
And that's a questionable call right there. Who are they going to call it on? Javi Marlowe, so that's his third.
That's a big blow for the Chiefs.
I believe that's 6 players with 3 fouls.
And did they call
technical? Because Knox is at the foul line by himself. And they're going to call the technical on Chad Beasley.
Wow, so a technical free throw. First one is good. That cuts the lead down to 4.
A perfect 9 of 9. Now
Second
10 of
free
10.
throw is also good. That cuts it to a 1-possession game.
And it's going to be 3 shots.
Well, it'll be four probably.
Because
the technical plus the 2 free throws. So that's the third. He also makes that one. And this can cut it down to a 1-point game.
Well, like Emery Knox is going to miss.
Yeah, and he doesn't. You're
I
right.
tried the jinx. So perfect 12 of 12 makes this a 1-point lead. And now the Myrtle Beach faithful are going absolutely bonkers. And they have the ball.
Inbound to come from Myrtle Beach. They have the opportunity to take their first lead of the game. Slight press defense from the Chiefs, but they are able to get it out. Knox with the ball, now far side wing. Bringing it over back to the point. Bringing it near side. Now kicks it out. Now handoff to Knox once again at the point. He'll bring it back out. And Coach Walker is not happy about something over at the bench as Knox resets at the point. Passes it over to Huff. Now back over to Knox. Knox stutter step. He'll drive. And he will miss off of the Euro step. Rebounded by Gorgas. Now Marlowe with the ball. He'll slow the pace down. Passes it over to Vereen. Vereen near side wing. He'll bring it far side. Stutter steps, now resets. He'll drive, now resets again. And the Myrtle Beach faithful bringing out a defense here. Crossover by Vereen. Nice job getting past his man. Kicks it out to Marlowe. Now over to Beasley. 3, no good. Rebounded by Myrtle Beach.
And they're going to call travel.
They will call it traveling on Myrtle Beach. North Myrtle Beach gets the ball back. 3:42 remaining in the game.
And the You Can't Do That chants come back from North Myrtle Beach. This is going to be back and forth by these crowds, and it has been all night.
This is going to be absolute pandemonium here for the last 3:42. 3, no good. Offensive rebound by Vereen. He tries to kick it inside. It goes out of bounds, and they will say it did not touch a Myrtle Beach player. We're going the other way.
And a stoppage in play. Looks like they're going to inbound the ball again.
Knox brings the ball up over the timeline. Brings it near side, now far side, passes it over to Huff. Huff brings it near side, now back over to Knox. Knox will drive, lay-in attempt, no good, rebounded by Gorgas. He rips it down. Now passing it over to Collins, passes it inside, Gorgas with the lay-in.
And that's huge for the Chiefs. It's now a 3-point game with a little
now
over
Huff
3 remaining.
driving, and he loses the handle, and they will call a foul on North Myrtle Beach.
That's
that will be on Smith.
Well, that's his second.
So Huff will go to the line to shoot 2.
He's 2 of 2 from the line thus far. He has 14 points to his name.
First free throw by Huff. Good.
And Kaimani Knox is going to check in for Tyrese Smith, so Coach Walker going with 2 bigs, even though they're both in foul trouble. Very interesting strategy here by Coach Walker.
So the second free throw for Huff will be forthcoming. Up, and also good. So that cuts the lead back down to 1. 46-45, Chiefs in the lead. Full court press for Myrtle Beach. Collins gets it to Marlowe. Marlowe crosses the timeline, tries to pass it inside, but it will go awry, and it's Myrtle Beach ball.
Coach Walker clapping to his team saying, it's okay, it's okay. You'll be okay, I've got you.
Now Knox brings it over the timeline. Passes it over to Huff, now over far side to Williams. Williams inside, spin move, up and under, laying attempt no good by Jones. Rebounded by the Chiefs. Long outlet pass to Gorgos. Gorgos wide open, laying good.
Back to a 3-point game.
And almost a steal, and a foul will be called on Collins. And
North Myrtle Beach fans are chanting
a certain thing that we cannot say on the air.
I'll get fired if I say it, believe me, but it's and now they're chanting blow the whistle.
As Knox goes to the line, first free throw, good.
13 of 13 tonight.
Without all his free throws, this would be a very different game.
Well, Emery Knox is certainly a special player.
Absolutely.
Charleston Southern is getting a very great player, and he'll be a force in the Big South for years to come.
Second free throw good as well. So 8:47 Chiefs with a 1-point lead with just over 2.5 minutes remaining. And a timeout is called by the Chiefs.
Who was that by the Seahawks?
I believe I heard Chiefs, but
I don't know. Well, the players on both teams, they're tired, they're gassed, they're sore, but they both definitely want this game. The question is, in the last 2 minutes and 31 seconds of this one, who's going to want it more?
Yeah, who wants it more? That is definitely the question. As Myrtle Beach has pretty much solidified their spot. Like I mentioned, there is the potential for the Chiefs to catch up to them. But first, the Chiefs need to win this game.
And it's going to be a tall order in the last 2:31 here. This is the most packed I've seen a gym in high school. There are fans along the baseline. The crowds are stuffed, or the stands are stuffed to capacity.
I mean, we kind of expected that with this being a rivalry game. It was stuffed to capacity during the game at North Myrtle Beach as well.
Actually, they turned people away that game, so I'm curious to find out if they did the same here 20 minutes south.
I would assume they did, as we are just about set to restart action with just over 2.5 left to go in the fourth quarter. Chiefs lead by 1.
Looks like Myrtle Beach will still be in the press.
Collins to get it out. He will get it to Vereen. Vereen getting a full court press. He almost gets it stolen. 2-on-1 opportunity. Gorgos to Collins. 3 buckets.
That's a major 3 here. A 4-point game now.
Now Knox with the ball. Passes over to Huff. Over. And they will call a foul on Williams. They will call a foul on Vereen. Count the bucket, and Marquez will go to the line for an end one. So right after Collins makes the 3 to try to extend this lead, Marquez comes right back and gets those 3 points right back.
And that's the last thing you wanted if you're the Chiefs. You're trying to expand this lead.
Another full court press. Gets it out to Gorgos. Passes it over to Collins, and it's stolen. J.J. Jones with the steal. passes it over to Jones, no good on the lay-in attempt. Scramble for the ball, lay-in good, and that gives the Seahawks the lead. Huff with that lay-in. Another full court press, another steal, and another lay-in. And the Seahawks are starting to take control of this game. Collins with the ball, passes over to Knox. Knox inside, almost stolen, scramble for the ball, and Myrtle Beach is able to come up with it. And now they will try to slow the tempo down with under a minute and a half left to go. Now Knox drives, floater, no good. Offensive rebound though, lay-in, no good, but an offensive rebound again. Scramble for the ball. Gorgas able to come up with it. Marlowe trying to break out of the pressure. Marquez with some full court press. Gets it up to Knox. Knox kicks out. 3.
Yes!
Travis Collins with the 3 to tie the ball game up with just under a minute left.
59.1 seconds remaining. 54 all. What a game.
Absolutely.
Wow. Travis Collins with ice in his veins.
We knew this one was going to be a thriller, and it hasn't disappointed.
Now the North Myrtle Beach student section doing a chant from Seven Nation Army.
Yep.
Everyone is standing here, and if you're at home listening and you're sitting, you might as well get up as well.
Absolutely. Everyone on their feet here with just under a minute left. Tie ball game.
Everyone in the stadium is chanting either "Let's go Chiefs" or "Let's go Seahawks."
This is going to be a back and forth game for the last minute, not only on the court, but in the stands as well.
And that's the beauty of a rivalry.
Absolutely. This is what you live for as a sports fan, as an athlete, and for us as well as broadcasters.
This is absolutely crazy. So Gorgas and Knox are back out at a timeout. Coach Walker's still playing it with 4 fouls, but with 59.1 seconds.
I think you pretty much have to at this point.
I was gonna say you have no choice.
I mean, we saw how that worked out for Hartsville when they decided to not play their big man, as Knox with the ball, passes it out to Huff. Huff hands it back off to Knox. Knox drive, lay in, no good, but they're gonna
charge.
They're gonna call a charge
on Emory Knox, and everyone in the Chiefs sideline goes absolutely nuts.
That will be his 3rd. So the Chiefs to inbound with 40.5 seconds remaining. And a whistle will be blown. They will call a foul. They will call a foul on Knox again.
That's
his 4th, and that will send the Chiefs to the line for a 1-and-1.
Who's gonna shoot? Looks like it's gonna be Javi Marlowe.
Marlowe to the line for this crucial 1-and-1.
Everyone is going nuts.
Everyone on the Myrtle Beach side is stomping their feet, trying to distract Knox. It misses. Rebounded by Jones. Knox to bring the ball up slowly. Myrtle Beach looking to have one final possession here with 30 seconds remaining. He'll drive, passes it inside, errant pass by Knox, and we're going the other way.
24.1 seconds. This could be the ball game, but it's not going to be easy to get the ball over half court. Myrtle Beach is going to go right back into the press.
Collins to do the inbound. 24.1 seconds remaining. They are able to get it out. And a timeout will be called by Coach Walker. And he'll try to draw up a play with 21.3 seconds remaining in this one and a tie ball game.
Well, this is it, or we go to overtime. And which one would you want?
How fitting would it be if the first time it was the girls that went into OT, and this time the boys do?
I tell you what, I do not want to go into OT. Not against this team.
No.
We're at
especially not with two big players
in foul
one step away from a foul, or from being fouled out.
Actually, there's 4 players. Elijah Vereen has 4. As you know, Knox and Beasley have fouls.
That really shows that this is so crucial of a game that we're getting updated stats as the game is ending.
And thank you, Wayne White. You have been a great man supplying us with all these stats all night.
Yes, big shout out to Wayne White for doing all the stats and relaying us information tonight.
Anyways, that's not relevant at this point. 21.3 seconds to decide. Will the Chiefs pull off this major upset on the road in this hostile territory?
Full court press once again for the Seahawks. They're able to get it up, and a whistle is blown.
A foul!
A foul will be called on the Seahawks.
Who is it? Who is it?
So the Chiefs will go to the line to shoot 2.
Oh,
no, apparently they didn't.
Out of bounds.
They just said it went out of bounds. So Marlowe with the ball. He'll bring it over the timeline. 13 seconds remain. This will probably be the final possession. And a timeout is called.
That's going to be on Myrtle Beach.
No, timeout will be
Walker.
called by Myrtle Beach. Coach Walker to draw up one final play to win this game with 9.6 seconds remaining.
And it looks like they're going to inbound right in front of us. So 9.6 seconds remaining. What do you think they're going to draw up? You think they're going to try and force the ball inside and maybe get to the foul line? Or do you think they're going to try and get an open look from 3?
I think you got to, at least at first, try to see if you can get an open look for Collins.
Yeah.
But then if not, try to get the ball inside and draw a foul and go to the line.
Well, the thing is, you do not need a 3.
No.
You need 1
you just
or
need
2.
2. Yeah.
So Collins is going to inbound. Collins dripping with sweat right in front of us. He's going to inbound right in front of us. 9.6 seconds. Here we go.
Marlowe with the ball. Passes inside to Gorgas. Gorgas trying to get it out to Marlowe. Marlowe able to get it. 1 second. Puts up a shot. The buzzer goes, and we're going to overtime. 54 all. We get more basketball. How about that?
Well, these fans, they paid for 4 quarters. They're going to get 4 quarters plus.
Yep. Crazy game. Crazy atmosphere. What a game.
Who would have ever thought we'd be going to overtime at Myrtle Beach this late in the season?
Especially against a team that beat the Chiefs by over 10.
By 19 to be exact, on their home court. The reason why I almost stopped you was because I thought the refs are thinking about if there was a foul called at the end of the possession, or at the end of the quarter. But so they're conversing at center court at the moment. And it looks like there's going to be nothing. Wayne White is back. Thank you.
So we'll give you some stats real quick as we
These really haven't changed.
Overtime. Yeah, they haven't changed, but
One
still.
more shot taken.
For the Chiefs, the leading scorer has been Travis Collins with 15. Cameron Gorgas right underneath him at 10. He's leading the team in rebounds with 9. So one more rebound for him, and he'll get a double-double.
Well, we have 4 minutes to decide this one in an overtime period. And if we can't decide it, we'll keep going. We'll keep going all night if we have to.
And Knox and Huff are the two that have been dominant for the Seahawks with 20 and 18 points respectively.
Well, Emery Knox has 4 fouls, and so does Huff.
So that's a bit, there's a lot of players as the tip-off goes to Myrtle Beach. Huff brings it over the timeline. He'll go left to right. Passes it over. Now Burgess brings it out. Now hands it off to Knox. Knox brings it near side. Now over to Huff. Now over and tried to pass it inside to Huff. Now we'll kick it out. Now back over to Huff. Huff stops and pops from the point. Drains it! 3 for Darius Huff. Chiefs trail by 3. 3:20 to go. Collins with the 3, no good, but he gets his own offensive rebound. Puts up a shot and gets it.
And Coach Walker's screaming for a foul. He feels like Collins got bumped.
Huff brings it over the timeline.
1 point game, 57-56.
He'll drive far side, now near side. He'll go up and in, no good. Offensive rebound, however, by Huff. And they will call a foul on the Chiefs. Big blow for the Chiefs as Travis Collins gets a foul. That's his 3rd.
And the one you don't want at the line, Emery Knox, a perfect 14 of 14.
He'll more than likely extend this lead out to 3.
And he's going to fill up my stat sheet.
First free throw up. Good.
Whoa, he hit rim for the first time tonight.
Second free throw.
He
No
missed.
good. It's still a 2-point game as Marlowe brings it up over the timeline. Now he passes it over to Gorgas, far side wing. Gorgas over to Collins. Collins trying to decide what to do. Now he thought about kicking it out, now passes it inside. Lay-in attempt is rejected by the Seahawks. Long outlet pass. Passes it cross court by an errant pass by Marquez. Goes out of bounds and it's Chiefs ball. 2:21 left to go in overtime.
And that's a break for the Chiefs because they had 2-on-1.
Collins to inbound. Slight full court press for Myrtle Beach, but Vereen is able to bring it over the timeline. Vereen passes it over to Knox. Knox thought about handing it off. Now does, and a foul will be called. That will be called on Burgess. That's his 3rd. And that will send Marlowe to the line to shoot 2. These 2 free throws can tie the ball game back up.
And these are crucial here.
First free throw, no good off front iron. And we've talked about it time and time again throughout this season for the Chiefs.
And both
You
teams,
gotta make the free ones.
Both teams are in a double bonus for the rest of the way, 10 apiece.
Second free throw, good. Cuts the lead to 1. Knox to bring the ball up over the timeline. Passes it over. Now back over to Jones. Jones at the point. Passes it over to Huff. Now over to Marquez. Marquez hands it off to Huff. Huff almost lost it. Now kicks it out to Jones. Jones over to Burgess. Burgess back over to Jones. Jones over to Knox. Knox far side wing. Knox back over to Marquez. Marquez at the point resets. 1.5 minutes left to go. Knox drives, lay-in, good. 60-57 with just under 1.5 minutes left to go. Marlowe to bring it over the timeline. Myrtle Beach backs off, will allow them to cross. Marlowe to drive, tried to pass it inside but lost it. Stolen, Knox, drive, lay in, good. And that's probably dagger.
Wow.
And now Chiefs trying to do something here. Marlowe tried to pass it over to Collins, almost lost it. He gets a he stops and pops. 3, no good, but he'll draw a foul. And he will go to the line to shoot 3. That foul will be called on Marquez. And, oh, that's not a good sign.
Collins is on the ground. He is grabbing his knee. Can he shoot the foul shots? He is limping severely, it looks like.
So we'll see if he will be able to shoot the free throws.
The question is, what's the rule if he can't shoot his foul shots?
Well, whoever comes in to substitute him will shoot the free throw.
And it looks like it's going to be Rogan Vincent.
And I don't know. I thought this was the rule I think this is the rule in college and NBA. I'm not sure about in high school. But I think if you're forced to come out when you're about to shoot a free throw, you are disqualified from the remainder of the game.
That's a very stupid rule. That's wow. I don't agree with that one at all.
I could be wrong, but I thought that was the rule.
So now it's up to Rogan Vincent now, replacing the injured Travis Collins. He has to make all three. Coach Walker and Coach Martin of either teams conversing in front of us, sort of giving each other, I guess, words of encouragement. I couldn't hear what they were saying.
Yeah. So 45.6 seconds remaining. Rogan Vincent to go to the line to shoot 3. The first free throw by Vincent is good. This next one can cut the deficit to a single possession. Second one up, good. And the third one can cut it to a 2-point lead.
Well,
as Tyree Smith gets ready to check in. Looks like he'll check in for Vincent following the free throws. Third one up, good.
Ice in his veins is what Rogan Vincent has. He checks out, and Tyree Smith checks in. Vincent did his job, and he did it exceptionally well.
Slight full court press by the Chiefs, but they'll back off as Knox brings it up over the timeline. He'll drive. Now he'll bring it far side, and a whistle is blown, and a timeout will be called by Myrtle Beach. 35.1 seconds remaining. Chiefs trail by 2.
Well, you got to give major credit to Rogan Vincent. He came up in the clutch, shooting all 3 of those foul shots, and he made all 3 of them. It's still a one-possession game. This game is not over yet.
Absolutely.
But the Chiefs need a major stop. They've been having troubles stopping Myrtle Beach.
Especially Emery Knox.
Oh, definitely. And Emery Knox doesn't care that he has 4 fouls.
No.
He's going strong and he's going hard.
But especially considering that, if you're a Chad Beasley, if you're a Gorgas,
do you take a charge?
Do you take the risk of potentially fouling out yourself in order to draw that charge?
That's an interesting situation I never thought of.
Because you know that he's going to try a draw, or he's going to try a drive.
Oh, you could probably almost guarantee he's going to take, if not the second to last shot, then definitely the last shot.
As we are about set to get started once more, 35.1 seconds remaining in overtime. 62-60, Seahawks in the lead. Marquez to inbound.
To the right of us.
He gets it out to Knox. Knox brings it far side. He'll drive far side, kicks it out. Huff thought about taking a 3, but now hands it back off to Knox again. And a foul will be called.
That's Javi Marlowe. That's his 4th. And that's going to send Emery Knox to the line.
I mean, I know it's hard not to, but you would think, wouldn't you want to try to foul someone other than Knox?
Boys,
as his first free throw is up and in.
He's not going to give up the ball, I can tell you that.
That's true, but Huff had the ball for a little bit.
That is true. So the Chiefs desperately need a miss here.
And he does not, so it's a 2-possession game once again with 22.4 seconds remaining. Slight full court press as Marlowe pushes up the tempo. He gets a pick. He'll drive. Lay in, good. 13.7 seconds remaining, and they'll call a foul.
That's on J.J. Jones.
That's a huge break for the Chiefs. As now Javi Marlowe goes to the line for the N1 to cut this game down to a 1-point game.
Now you know Emery Knox is not going to give up the ball, so you're going to be forced to foul him.
3 throw, no good. And a scramble for the ball, and a foul will be called, and that'll send Knox to the line once more.
It's going to be...
And that was Kaimani Knox's fifth. So that knocks Kaimani Knox out of the game.
Well, it's going to be Darius Huff who got fouled on that one.
So a lucky break for the Chiefs.
Huff is a perfect 4-4 from the line tonight. Myrtle Beach has been almost perfect tonight from the charity stripe.
First free throw, good.
3-point game, 11.2 seconds remaining here, 65-62. Seahawks can make this a two-possession game if Huff makes this next free throw.
Second free throw is good. Chiefs definitely have an uphill battle, and a timeout will be called by the Seahawks, as Coach Craig Martin is very happy about the way his team has played in overtime.
And the Myrtle Beach student section is waving bye-bye. Are they singing na 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 hey goodbye?
I believe so. 11.2 seconds remaining. Chiefs trail by 4. Chiefs really need a miracle. Basically, at this point, they still have a little bit of time, but they either need a very quick bucket or they need a 3-point basket and a foul.
Well, the North Myrtle Beach crowd is starting to file out here early. They're probably sensing that this game is a lost cause.
Yeah. So.
But the thing is, I'm not saying this just because I support the Chiefs, but the Myrtle Beach student section is going crazy and they're taunting the Chiefs. They have no reason to celebrate because they were scared for the first 3 quarters, and they are going to escape here with a win.
Yeah, escape is the best word for this one, because the Chiefs pretty much had this game in the bag, as Marlowe gets fouled. So he will go to the line to shoot 2. 8.7 seconds remaining.
And that's 5 on Emery Knox.
So that's a big blow. That's a big break for the Chiefs.
But the question, is it too late?
Is it too little too late? We'll have to wait and see. As Marlowe gets set to go to the line.
Is it Marlowe?
To shoot
it's going to be Marlowe. I thought it was Vincent for a second.
And it looks like everyone's going to back off of the free throw line.
And that's actually very smart for Craig Martin to do that.
First free throw is no good.
And that has been the Chiefs' kryptonite all night.
All season, really. Second free throw, no good as well. Huge blow for the Chiefs as it remains a 4-point game.
Now Huff will shoot 2, and he's probably going to put this game on ice if he can make 1, especially 2.
Was there a technical or something called?
I would probably assume so.
As that free throw goes in.
And that's going to do it.
Yeah, that's pretty much dagger at this point. Second free throw, good as well. So that'll extend the lead out to 6.
It's going to be interesting to see the stats from the foul line for Myrtle Beach, because I think they missed only 1 or 2 all night.
Yeah, that has really been the big key to this game, has been the free throw differential, not only in terms of amounts, as the Chiefs will just back off and let time expire. So that'll end the game as the Chiefs lose this one in heartbreaking fashion in overtime. 68-62 is your final.
Myrtle Beach once again escapes with a victory.
So we'll wait for some final stats and get you the final stats and analysis from Myrtle Beach.
And you have to give full credit to Ryan Walker and the Chiefs tonight. They came out so strong.
Absolutely.
So strong. I applaud them greatly for their effort, for their spirit, and for their toughness and physicality all night. But unfortunately, foul troubles and inconsistency from the foul line crippled the Chiefs.
Yeah, the issue at the foul line was really the main difference, as we have stats now.
Oh, yeah, look at this.
And yeah, let's just go through the free throws for a second.
So North Myrtle Beach shot 10 of 25.
40%.
All right, brace for impact, everyone. Myrtle Beach shot 31 for 35. They shot 88.6%. They deserve to win.
That's an NBA level of free throw consistency.
Well, Craig Martin, I could probably presume, emphasizes the fundamentals, and that includes
Absolutely.
getting it done from the foul line. So hats off to him. Hats off to the Seahawks. They are able to pull away or escape with the win on their home court. But the Chiefs, you have nothing to be ashamed of.
Oh, no, absolutely not. The Chiefs had a great game. Forcing this game into overtime is a huge deal for the Chiefs, especially against this Myrtle Beach Seahawks team that came in 8th in South Carolina. So this is a very good Seahawks team that I'm sure will go far in the playoffs.
So let's go over some of the stats tonight.
Yeah.
So North Myrtle Beach tonight shot 24 of 65. That is 36.9% from the floor, 4 of 20 from 3, and as we said, 10 of 25 from the foul line. The Chiefs actually out-rebounded the Seahawks, but barely, 43-30. The leading scorer for the Chiefs was Travis Collins. He shot 7 of 20 from the field and 3 of 8 from 3. And Cameron Gorgas, kind of stricken with foul trouble late in this one, kind of limited him. He was 5 of 11 from the field, 10 points, 9 rebounds, 1 away from a double-double. Cam Henley had 7 points on 3 of 8 shooting, including 0 of 2 from 3 and 1 of 3 from the foul line. And Tyree Smith didn't score a point in the second half, the same 4 of 4 for 8 total points. For Myrtle Beach, the leading scorer, Emery Knox, 5 of 15 from the field, including 0 of 2 from 3, but the big one, 17 of 18 from the foul line, giving him 27 total points. And Darius Huff, 8 of 13 shooting, 1 of 2 from 3, and 8 of 8 from the foul line. That gives him 25. Those two were pretty much the ones that carried Myrtle Beach tonight, as no other player had more than 5.
Yeah, I mean, those two were the catalyst for this game. 27 and 25 points. You just can't compete with that no matter how good your team is. Travis Collins and Cameron Gorgas did a nice job of trying to keep up the pace, but just could not do it. The foul trouble hurt the Chiefs as well at the end of that one, with both Gorgas and Knox being forced to either stay out of the game for an extended period of time or not be nearly as aggressive on the defensive end.
Well, the Chiefs fall to 4-5 on the season, or in region play, I should say, 17-5 overall. They have one more chance to get back to 500 in region play if they can go to Marlboro County, and if they play with the same intensity like they did against Myrtle Beach, I feel like there's a pretty strong chance they can win that one.
It's going to be a tough one, but the Chiefs have to hope that they can beat Marlboro County, who is 17-6, 7-1 in region play, at Marlboro County in the final game of the regular season. Unfortunately, we don't have any news on the Hartsville-Darlington game, but whoever wins that one will be tied with North Myrtle Beach for third.
Well, you could definitely check Twitter for that. I mean, there will be scores coming out in the next hour or so.
Yeah, once they come out, you'll see who will be tied with us for the third place. And, but Hartsville, or whoever loses that game, still is in the race, because they have to if they can win and North Myrtle Beach loses against Marlborough County, it's going to be very interesting.
Well, at least we can say we didn't come out of here empty-handed.
No.
Because the girls did clinch second place and a home game in the playoffs. So there's that. But this loss tonight in this fashion against your rival on their home court kind of takes away the sweetness of that. It's a bittersweet night.
It is. It is. So that'll just about wrap it up for us here, as once again the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs fall to the Myrtle Beach Seahawks 68-62 in overtime. And the Chiefs go 1-1 against their arch rivals, the Seahawks, here in Myrtle Beach. So once again, be sure to tune in to us on Tuesday for the regular season finales as the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs get ready, travel out to Marlborough County to face the Bulldogs on Tuesday evening. So once again, be sure to tune in for that. For Tyler Kerp, I'm Brandon Bisselbing saying so long, and we'll talk to you next time. Once again, your final 68-62 in overtime. Chiefs lose this one. Talk to you guys on Tuesday. Good night, everyone.